from the Buchanan County ISU Extension and Outreach Office. Today we are going to show you how to make a record book. Here's an outline of what we will be covering throughout the PowerPoint. First of all, I would like to remind you that everything must be typed on your computer so that it is easy for the judges to read through. Next, we'll talk about the cover sheet. Following that is the awards information, written materials with support materials, so we're talking about Clover Kids and mini members, juniors, intermediates, and seniors, animal records, and submitting project records. An additional reminder is the age breakdown. We have the Clover Kids in their grades kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd, the mini members, that is 3rd grade, junior members, grades 4th, 5th, or 6th, intermediates, grades 7th and 8th, and then we have seniors, grades 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th. The award information. I would like you guys to fill out the name and your club, and below that is check the award areas that you would wish to be considered for. So if you're a Clover Kid, check that. If you're a mini member, you can select that area, and then there's the junior, intermediate, and senior, so grades completed 4th through 12th. And you would select or check mark those areas that you had completed. As for the seniors, those are those who completed 9th through 12th grade. Select the ones that you would like to be considered for. And then following that is the senior area awards that may advance to the state competition. Just list which ones you would be considered for. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us about this information sheet. Alright, so what we have first is the cover sheet. Cover sheets are going to be needed for all project areas. So what you need for the cover sheet is your name, your club name, your last grade completed, the project area, and the year. And here's an example of what yours should look like. As for the written and support materials, for the Clover Kids and mini members, these are the guidelines for this. The Clover Kids are those who have completed grades kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade. Mini members are those who have completed 3rd grade. As for the written material, that needs to be a 1-page maximum. And on that page, you'll be discussing goals, what you did, what you learned, what was your favorite part of the project, and what are your next year's goals. As for the support material, this is also included with your written material pages, which is the 1-page maximum. What you can include in that are photographs, newspaper articles, letters or notes of appreciation, and other items that support the project area. Here is an example of what a Clover Kid or mini member book should look like. As you can see on the left side is the cover page, and on the right is the write-up and the support material. And with the support material, you can add additional information below, as you can see in the picture. Next, we have the written and support materials for juniors. These are those who have completed grades 4th, 5th, and 6th. For them, we have a 2-page maximum of written materials. This would include having SMART goals, meaning specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and having a timetable. We also include the communication, leadership, and citizenship activities. With those, for example, we have interviewing. That could be interviewing a vet or giving a club presentation. Also, for leadership, leading a workshop or organizing an activity. And then we have citizenship activities, which could include doing activities for your community, your school, a church, or a neighbor. And lastly are reflections, of your overall project. So what you have learned and what are your future goals. Following the written materials, you'll have your support material, which is also included within that 2-page maximum of the written materials. And that would include photographs, newspaper articles, letters or notes of appreciation, and other forms of support. Here we have an example of a junior member record book. On the left-hand side, you will see an example of the cover, and on the right, you will see an example of the written material, which is 1 page, and it can be up to 2 pages maximum. Now, following those written materials, you'll have the support materials, and here we have some pictures with some extra information underneath. Support materials for intermediate members, and this is those who have completed grades 7 and 8. Then we have a 3-page maximum of written materials. And with the written materials, that would include having SMART goals, meaning you're setting specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and having a timetable to lay out those goals. There's also having communication, leadership, and citizenship activities. As for communication, this could be leading activities, or giving a club presentation, or talking to a veterinarian. As for leadership, this is teaching others, leading a workshop, or organizing an activity. For citizenship, we have a record of your citizenship of community service experiences relating to your project, and that would be something that benefits the community, your school, church, or neighbor. And lastly, we have reflections, and this is of your overall project. So what was something you learned from that, and what are your future goals? Then we have the support material, and this is also included within the 3-page maximum of the written materials. And that also includes the photographs, newspaper articles, letters or notes of appreciation, and other forms of support. And here's an intermediate example. Again, on the left, we have an example of a cover, and on the right, we have the write-up. And continuing here on the left, we still have more of the write-up, and on the right, we have some of the support material, describing more into detail what the pictures are displaying. Moving on now, we have the written and support materials for the senior members, and these are for those who have completed grades 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. We have a 4-page maximum of written materials for this, and this also includes having SMART goals, so you're setting specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and you're also having a timetable to showcase what you've learned. Then there's also communication, leadership, and citizenship activities. For example, with communication, this would include talking to a veterinarian, giving a club presentation, or writing a paper for school. For leadership, this could include teaching others, leading workshops, or organizing an activity. And then there's citizenship. This could be activities that benefit the community, the school, your church, or a neighbor. And then we have the reflection of your overall project. So what did you learn? What are your future goals? Was your project successful? What were some of the disappointing moments along the way? And then you'll have your support materials. That is also included with your 4-page written materials. And that would be your photographs, newspaper articles, letters or notes of appreciation, and some other forms of support that you can think of. Here we have an example of what a senior record book should look like. On the left you'll find the cover page will include, and on the right we'll have the written material. Again, on this one, continuing, we have we have written material, and on the right we have the support material. As for animal records, this would be records for those who did their projects with the market and breeding animals, dairy cattle and dairy goats, horse and pony, rabbits, poultry, and dogs. All of these sheets are available online if you go to the website below, or you can contact the Buchanan County ISU Extension and Outreach Office to pick up these sheets. Alright, now we have some guidelines for when you submit your record book. First of all, your cover sheets must be stapled to the front of each project record packet. Very important that you do so. Next, you will place all of your packets into the pocket of a folder of some sort, but we are not accepting any binders this year. The evaluations of these record books can be found online under the wiki spaces, or if you click on the link in the above or the first slide before this. Record books will be due September 16th by 4:30 p.m. at the Extension Office here at the Buchanan County Extension Office. And we are still looking for possible record book judges. And if you are interested, please contact our office. So thank you for your cooperation. Next year there will be some changes, so please watch for those as the time comes closer. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the Buchanan County ISU Extension and Outreach Office for additional information. And our number is 319-334-7161, or you can email us. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed the short presentation.